Today we will be testing the Rain on Me V2 indicator. But before we do, if you have not watched the first video on the channel and all the videos after that, you need to go do that now. Here at the Academy of Forex, we are building the best trading system possible as a team. There is also a link down below to sign up for TradingView. You can save a little bit of money if you use the link below to sign up for your account. You can also find a link below to join us on Discord. Lastly, if you would like a list of all the indicators we have tested along with their win rates, but you aren't interested in watching all the videos on the channel, you can sign up for our $9 Patreon, and you will receive the complete list of indicators. We also would like to introduce our Patreon exclusive Discord channel. As a $9 Patreon, you will be invited to join an exclusive Discord channel where we will give you a list of winning indicators and links for the MT platform, give you winning strategies, post trade ideas, give advanced advice, and much more. So click the link below to join our Patreon. Alright, as I said, today we will be testing the Rain on Me V2 indicator. Before we do though, I wanted to put the testing scoreboard up for everyone to see. So, to date, we have tested a total of 51 different strategies, with 13 of them being profitable. We've also tested a total of 579 indicators, with 239 of them being winners. The best ones so far were able to achieve a 100% win rate. Now you need to go back and watch those videos to understand the context of how they were able to achieve that. So go back and watch those videos and see what you can get out of those winning indicators. And keep in mind that we test all these strategies and indicators on the Forex market, but they can be applied to just about any market universally. Alright, so today's indicator is the Rain on Me V2. And we tested the original Rain on Me indicator, and as the name implies, this one is version 2, which has been modified quite a bit and added some other pieces into it. This is how it looks in its default setting right here. I did go in and I changed a few things. Mainly I just turned off some of the moving average lines, and I changed the color of the Ichimoku cloud that you can kind of see here in the purple and light blue. I turned those to green and red. So let's do this. So this is the original. Let's turn that off, and this is the one that the modification that I made to it. Like I said, I didn't change any of the actual like numerical values or settings. I just changed some of the visual appearance of it just to make it a little bit easier to see. Now in the original, these ATR red tag and green tag, they were the buy and sell signals, like I said, from the original indicator. And in this version, there has been a few other components added into it. I think in the original video, we just tested it as just the simple buy sell tags. When it gave us a red one, we went short. When it gave us a green one, we went long. In this particular case, we're going to take some of the other components to this into account and see how they play into the signals that we're getting. So the first one is going to be the Ichimoku cloud right here. We're not really going to pay much attention to the color of it at this point. What we're looking for is when price action is above the Ichimoku cloud, then that would give us confirmation for a long signal when we get a green ATR tag. When it is below the Ichimoku cloud, then that would give us confirmation for a short signal when we get a red ATR tag. In addition to that, we are also going to use these two lines right here, which act kind of as a linear regression in some way. They're slightly different. It's not the top and bottom line don't always work in tandem with each other like a linear regression, but you'll kind of see how they play. So when price action is above the Ichimoku cloud, and when both the light blue and purple lines are facing or in a angle upward, then we are looking for the green ATR tag, and we will then go long. On the reverse side, when price action is below the Ichimoku cloud and the two lines are facing downward or pointing at an angle downward, then we are looking for the red ATR tags, and we will go short. So let's go ahead and get on with the testing before we end up too long on this video. All right, so the first signal that we picked up was this long signal right here. Now, we did get this ATR tag right here, but if you notice, while we were picking up that signal right there, I'll go ahead and play it back just a little bit right here. So if we play it forward, you can see that right now these two lines are crossed. And so this is what I was saying, where it's not like a linear regression where the two lines move in tandem with each other. They actually can cross like this, one pointing down, one slightly pointing upward. And so that's an example of when we would not take this because one of them is pointing downwards. They both need to be with a kind of trajectory upwards for longs. And so we pick up that signal right there, that long signal, and it gets us to take profit rather easily there on the first or second candle. Let's go ahead and continue on, see if we can get one more before we fast forward through the rest of the testing. Alright, so that's going to put us at the end right there. Before we take a look at what this was able to achieve, now would be a good time to say that if you are interested in excelling your trading knowledge, I highly recommend that you join our Patreon only channel on our Discord server. You can find a link to our Patreon down below, as well as a link to our Discord. Once you sign up as a patron, it'll give you access to the Patreon only channel, where we post some really great advanced information about trading strategies, trading indicators, and trading philosophy in general. And as I mentioned in the beginning of the video, you'll get access to the full list of indicators that we have tested. That comes in an Excel version and a PDF version, and you will get that full list of indicators showing exactly which indicators were winners, which ones were losers, as well as their win rates. And you'll get access to an Excel sheet of all the strategies that we have tested that shows exactly which strategies were winners, which ones were losers, as well as their win rates, and links to go back and review those individual strategies. And so there is a lot of benefits to becoming a patron of the channel, and it doesn't cost hardly anything at all. I highly recommend it. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look at our indicator here. And so that is pretty easy to count up there. We get the one signal right here, and it was a winning signal. And so this one is going to go on the 100% winner list that we have. And this seems to kind of be the normal thing where we get an indicator that only gives very few signals within 1 year's time, and they tend to all be winners, and so they end up being a 100% winner. When obviously they need more thorough testing beyond just 1 or 2 or even 5 signals to determine what their realistic win rate is going to be able to achieve. And this one kind of gives us a pretty good example of how overfitting can be a significant problem when creating a trading system. And so when you end up with so many indicators stacked on top of each other, then you end up in a scenario to where you get a very few number of signals because conditions have to be so incredibly precise before you actually get a signal to go either long or short. And that can be even more problematic than a system that is too simplified. And this is a prime example of that. We have multiple different indicators, multiple different pieces that all have to align. And in the meantime, missed a lot of really good opportunities to take trades during this year with, without using all those different indicators combined. And so that's something we're going to keep in mind when we move on to the next couple steps of this whole process. First of all, the next step is going to be able to test these indicators, all the winners, more thoroughly. Then from there, start to try to build a system that has just a few indicators stacked on, like 1 or 2 or maybe 3 indicators, to come up with some really good trading systems that are easy to use, that aren't overfitted, and give a decent number of trades within 1 year. And so even though this one is going to go on the no list, I might play around with it, see if there's a couple other ways to try to test it. There are so many pieces to this. I'm sure we could come up with quite a few other ways to try it. And so, but like I said, for now, it's going to go on the no list. And we learned a couple good lessons from it along the way, things that we will have to keep in mind as we continue on our journey with this. So, all right, for now, like I said, this one's going on the no list, and we'll move on to the next indicator from here.